नमस्कार दोस्तों, आप सबका स्वागत है हमारे नए पॉडकास्ट शो पे एंड वेलकम एवरीबॉडी टू आवर नेक्स्ट एपिसोड फॉर दिस वीक एंड probably you have read the title and the title you have understood what is going to be about. So it's how Indian YouTubers or how Indian YouTube views have anti-India elements. आज इसके बारे में हम बात करेंगे। बहुत बहुत ज़रूरी एंड इम्पॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है, बात करना चाहिए क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं ये देश से जुड़ा हुआ है, देश के इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी से जुड़ा हुआ है, देश की लोगों की माइंडसेट से जुड़ा हुआ है। और स्पेशली आप सबको पता है इंडिया में ऑलमोस्ट 600 मिलियन यूथ्स हैं। सो दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द वर्ल्ड्स यंगेस्ट और यूथफुल कंट्री where we have is close to 60% of this country's population are at the age of from 15 to 35, so it's pretty young as compared to other rest of the world. You go to Europe, you go to North America, it's like very old age and it's dying population. You go to Japan, Canada, everything is same story. So as compared to them, we are relatively pretty young and we have this number, and when we say we have a huge number, it's like 1.4 billion, and that means we also have a lot of responsibility, and it's very easy way to get sidelined and then fall into some trap, which I know most probably unintentionally people are into it, and I know people are consciously not doing it. So being a fellow citizen, I thought this is my responsibility to bring this to you, whatever I have observed and in my experience. People in our age, if we are not able to show the direction, if we are not following the right direction, if we are getting into the traps, then think about what will happen to the next generation. And the way other people, the influencers, they are influencing us, and we are just, for the sake of, celebrity status, we are just following them without even doing our due diligence. We have the technology, we have the tool, in living in the age of AI. Just take, few search, few clicks, and maybe if you invest a couple of hours, you'll be able to know what exactly happening and how we are being getting involved with this particular thing. जैसे आप सबको पता है, अभी 9 जून 2024 जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में एक इलाका है, बेसिकली जम्मू के अंदर रियासी करके एक एरिया है जहाँ पे अटैक हुआ है। वो बेसिकली वैष्णो देवी मंदिर के पास है, कठुआ की तरफ आते हैं लोग, तो उसी एरिया के आसपास जहाँ पे अटैक हुआ है अराउंड 6:15 के आस, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट अटैक वी हैव लॉस्ट almost 10 civilians and more than 40 of them were injured. And within these 10 civilians, we had 2 years old child and 11 years old child. So think about, guys, they are going to have, they're basically a pilgrimage, they're going for pilgrimage, and they were having plan that they will visit Mata Vaishno Devi, and they were basically enjoying their whole journey. They were singing the bhajan and everything, and then out of nowhere they had this experience. And वहाँ पाकिस्तान से सरहद पार से 3 आतंकवादी आते हैं और पहले वो ड्राइवर पे गोली चलाते हैं। जब ड्राइवर पे गोली लग जाता है, इंजर्ड हो जाता है, उसके बाद वो बैलेंस खो देता है, विच इज़ नॉर्मल। उसके बाद बस गिर जाती है खाई पे गिरने के बाद पत्थरों पे अटक जाता है। और जबकि आतंकवादी थोड़े हाइट पे थे, बाद भी उन्होंने ऐसे निर्मम निर्दयालु के साथ उन्होंने गोली चलाते रहे। और जब गोली चलाने के बाद उसके बाद इन्होंने यहाँ तक इन्होंने बच्चों को भी नहीं छोड़ा। 2 साल का बच्चा है, 2 साल का बच्चा जिसने अभी तक ज़िंदगी देखी, जस्ट शुरुआत हुई है, उसने क्या बिगाड़ा, उसको भी मार दिया, 11 साल के बच्चे। और उसी टाइम पे इंडिया में न्यू दिल्ली पे शपथ ग्रहण चल रहा था। अभी के करंट जो गवर्नमेंट है, श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी 3rd टर्म के लिए चुने, तो वो शपथ ग्रहण कर रहे थे। उससे जस्ट 45 मिनट्स पहले ये अटैक होता है, ताकि एक मैसेज दिया जाए, एक मैसेज भेजा जाए पूरी दुनिया को कि इंडिया इज़ नॉट सेफ, कश्मीर इज़ नॉट सेफ। सो व्हाटएवर दैट गवर्नमेंट दे हैव बीन डूइंग, द एब्रोगेशन ऑफ आर्टिकल 370 is still not in function, it's in failure. Kashmir is still facing the terrorism, and this time especially Jammu, जहाँ पे लोग सोचते भी नहीं है। अटैक हुआ है, बहुत घना जंगल है, उसको क्रॉस करके आना इज़ ऑलमोस्ट क्लोज टू इम्पॉसिबल। फोर्सेस के लिए भी बहुत मतलब चैलेंज हो जाता है वहाँ पे ट्रैक करना है और वहाँ पे ड्यूटी के तरफ। ओके, सो द अटैक वी हैड, दिस टेररिस्ट बेसिकली, sources are telling that they have used very advanced weapon, which is known called M4 carbine, again made in USA, but in this specific region, only Pakistani special forces, those who are using this specific weapon. ये weapon आया कहाँ से? तो तीनों आतंकवादी जो एक तो आतंकवादी मार गए, उसमें हथियार जो मिले और मैक्सिमम जो वेपन्स मिले, सबसे ज़्यादा चौंकाने वाला चीज़ ये था, ये तो उनके स्पेशल फोर्स के पास, या तो स्पेशल फोर्स के बंदे आए मारने के लिए आतंकवादी बन के, या तो स्पेशल फोर्स खुद इन्वॉल्व है। और जैसे आप सबको पता है कि गवर्नमेंट, पाकिस्तान की मिलिट्री और आईएसआई कितनी ज़्यादा इन्वॉल्व है इस चीज़ में। उस चीज़ को हम आज थोड़ा डिटेल में देखेंगे और डिकोड करने की कोशिश करेंगे कि इससे इंडिया का लिंक क्या है। और बीइंग एन इंडियन, और अगर मैं एक यूट्यूब पे जाता हूँ, यूट्यूब पे वीडियो देख, उसमें मेरा क्या रोल रहता है एज ए सिटीजन ऑफ दिस नेशन। जैसे आप लोग सबको पता होगा, लश्कर तैयबा जो वहाँ का टेररिस्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, उसने आके रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ले ली इस हत्याकांड की। पाकिस्तानी बेसिकली the irony here, so the common Pakistani people living in Pakistan, they do not have any way out to get out of this problem, because indirectly or directly they have to sponsor terrorism. Like when I'm saying this, so let me elaborate a little bit further, because the thing, if you go to Google, we are living in the age of AI. Go there, just do a normal simple search. How does LET collect money in Pakistan? If you do that, just invest 5 minutes, not more than that, in your busy life. We have the 5 minutes when we maybe chit chatting, we are replying to Instagram messages, we can do that. So guys, do that. Take this time, 5 minutes, do research, and then after due diligence, you will find how they're getting the money. So there are two ways. One is direct way, or direct funding, you can say. One is indirect funding. So the direct funding, let's talk about this, because it's very easy to understand. Government, they have shared some secret document with Pakistan military, where they have mentioned that is it was also, of course, it was also mentioned in Economic Times in back in the day, I guess 2016. They said in 2009 Pakistan's military, they had financial budget around $5.2 million US dollar, of course. And then by 2024, like they haven't announced, but if you only adjust the what do you call the inflation, number will be is more than 800, like $8 million US dollar. And I know its number is way more than that, because they are not revealing the data. The next question is, from where they're getting all this kind of money, right? So again, you have to go back to spending some time. According to Stanford University, they have been doing some research lately on the funding of this terrorist organization is across the worldwide, because for the Asia, they have found out, like specifically in Pakistan, so the Lashkar-e-Taiba and then other organizations, they have JDU kind of stuff. So they have been collecting money through donation boxes, primarily in Pakistan. This is a direct source, guys. So in Pakistan, if you go the busy areas like marketplaces and traffic signals, you will say they have installed, it's a donation box. They're collecting money in the name of so many different causes, collecting money in the name of religion, collecting money in the name of maybe for the for the freedom of the Kashmir, for the freedom of Palestine, and so many causes. They are collecting money. Again, in the religious trap, they are doing. Common people, they like Pakistanis, they are already, most of them are brainwashed by these people, Maulanas and all kinds of stuff. So they are trapped into it, they donate. And when they donate, so you will be amazed, like every single day, they're collecting crores of Pakistani rupees from these donation boxes, right? Like later on, there was one more survey came from Columbia University, and they did survey specifically on the 26/11, the Mumbai attack we had. Based on, I mean, for that particular thing, based on their report is saying, so primarily for the terrorist funding they had in that attack was primarily, it came from these all kinds of Islamic organizations. They're running in Pakistan, even from the abroad. So they have been sponsoring money, they've been in the name of donation, in the name of cause of cause of Allah, they're sending the money there. And again, you know what happened in 26/11. This is not my saying. I'll give you all the description, all the link in the description for the research work and the all the stats like they have mentioned, so you can feel free to go there. There is one more, these are the two things like I have shared. There is one more prime source of direct funding in Pakistan is This terrorist organization, what they do, they run some weekly newspaper and then editorial, and in those newspaper they basically mention, they advertise to donate them, and they keep the name of for the cause of Kashmir, for the freedom of Kashmir, for the freedom of Palestine, and all, because of all they're mentioning, they're using all these causes in order to collect the money, and what they're pretty much successful, I would say. And because these Maulanas, they will go to the public places and they will, spew venom against India, and they will be saying all kinds of atrocities are happening in Kashmir. Whole world knows what is happening in Kashmir now, right? After Article 370 abrogation, how Kashmir was before and how is now, whole world knows. So all kinds of things they will be saying. So people get really pumped up emotionally, the common Pakistanis, and they come and they donate for this kind of causes. This could be like few direct fundings. Other than this, ironically, in late 2016, I guess, in Kashmir at the time, like of course, we had Article 370 was there. So some report came again from the independent journalist, international independent journalist, and like these things were mentioned in a way that the Hurriyat conference leaders we have in Kashmir, they're receiving millions of dollars from foreign organizations, and which is really true. In many Hurriyat leaders, they were caught on this, and this is probably one of the main reason. Okay, now let's talk about indirect funding. So when I said in the beginning of the video that Pakistani government, ISI, and their military, all they are working collaboratively in order to fund this terrorist organization, and so that they can continue their jihad against India, specifically in J&K. Jammu and Kashmir is basically the epicenter they're targeting. So how basically they like indirectly they're funding. So see, in Pakistan what happens is like military is basically they're running most of their organizations. They're running private companies, they're running private banks, even government banks. So you merely you have any control on this. If you're living there, you have to be part of that. So when it comes to the collecting income tax report, so basically Pakistan is one of those countries where the citizens are paying the least income tax to the government. In Pakistan is like close to 5.3 million people are paying. It's almost 53 lakhs people are paying income taxes to the government. That means you can see very small fraction of people are paying income taxes. Even though that money they're getting, the government bodies they're getting, that money is again some portion of that going back to that their so great cause, which we all know. Other than this, the common people, like I said, very few people are paying taxes. And what about others? So government, they know how to get out the money. So in India or like other countries, you will see like when you get your hydro bill or electricity bill, you have there's something called the consumption unit, and then you get the based on your consumption unit, you're getting the exact bill, right? The amount. This is not the case with Pakistan. So the irony is government they know, and they are using different kind of tactics and techniques in the name of extra charges, like they're collecting so many taxes, extra charges, further tax, like something called service tax, sales tax, all kinds of things. All total 9 types of extra charges they're collecting on their electricity bill, or like hydro bill or gas bill. So the people, they cannot skip this. So there is no way out. The common Pakistanis, they have to pay. And for now, like this further tax and extra tax, whatever they're taking, these two type of source of income, they haven't even declared like where this money is going. Even international organizations, they tried to figure things out, so but they couldn't. So basically they don't want to reveal where the money goes. Again, we know where it's going. There is something called Fauji Foundation. It's a bank basically. It's a basically foundation which is running banks in Pakistan. They're one of the successful bank. It has more than 600 branches in Pakistan. Primarily the bank. So the bankers basically these are military people. They will decide where this money should go. So they will invest, they will take your money and they will invest on the things where they want. So you can see what kind of like monopoly they are having in terms of controlling the money. Again, they will control and they will route them to fund the terrorism which they are doing. Now, what is in context of India? Title of the video, you have seen how Indians are playing a part into this. So it is really it's very easy to understand, and it's really is really practical. So Indian viewers, for you I have a question. Could you guarantee that the views you are giving to the Pakistani YouTubers on their content they are making related to cricket, related to India, and you are watching them, could you guarantee that the views they are giving and the super chats you're sending and then the monetization they are making out of those views, that money is not going for terrorism? Could you guarantee that? I'm sure you can't, because see, for example, let's say the YouTuber who is a Pakistani YouTubers, they are maybe grandson of Gandhi. That's okay, that makes sense. But what about the bills they are paying, guys? The electricity bills, gas bill, the hydro bill. You can't skip those, the extra charges they are taking, extra 9 types of extra charges, which is again is going indirectly to fund the terrorism. They are funding terrorism to have attacks like Pulwama, Uri, Dhankot, and the recent was is Riyasi. So think about it, how much you are also involved into this, how much also you are, because I know you are not intentionally doing it. Also, here's the trick. This is the way they are using, kind of controlling your mind, because most of the Indians, they're like, content related Pakistan, where Pakistan is, Pakistani people or maybe Indian YouTubers, they're showing Pakistan is doing bad and they're, deteriorating all kinds of stuff. Then we Indians, we love it. I get it. We will have some fun and we will, make some fun of them. Then I get it. But at the end of the day, you have to understand, if you are watching a Pakistani YouTuber, their channel, you're giving views to them, and maybe sometimes they're running live streams, you are doing super chats in order to, being getting noticed, so that they are picking your question. And when you are doing this, so I'll give you some statistics. So there is like in Pakistani YouTube channel, the name is Harpal Jio. That YouTube channel has 55 million subscribers, and they have monthly 1.5 billion views. 1.5 billions, 1.5 billions views every month, which means if I convert this into latest YouTube's monetization policy, they're making close to $2 million every month in revenue, which means 50 crore Pakistani rupees. So you think about this is about one single channel, because this channel is pretty big, and most of the views, if you go there, if you check the comment section, if you will see when replies, most of the replies and comments are going from India. Most of them are Indians. So what you guys are doing? What you are doing essentially, you are sponsoring terrorism indirectly. That guy, be the content creator of that Harpal Geo, maybe it's not directly sponsoring terrorism, but he is, he's paying his bills in Pakistan. He's paying his bills. He's paying his gas bill, hydro bill, electricity, so all kinds of other bills he's paying. And when they're collecting bill, they're not collecting the bill for the amount of they have, the services they have utilized. They're collecting 9 extra types of bills so that they can fund the terrorism, which they have been doing ever since Pakistan has been made. And you know this. So taking, few moments pleasure and joy and making some sarcasm on them and watching their YouTube videos, you yourself don't know how much you are sponsoring the terrorism to kill our soldiers in JNK, and having attack like 26/11 in Mumbai, where they have killed hundreds of people, civilians. I'm not counting the security forces. And recently what we had in Riyasi, people are going to have, to have a darshan in the Vaishno Devi. This is a pilgrimage. Think about the 2 years old kid. 2 years, just as a newborn baby. Haven't even saw this world properly. And that baby is also, he's no more. Who is responsible? Who is responsible, I ask you? Don't you think your hand is also full with that, blood of this 2 years old kid? Don't you think that? No, I am so liberal. I'm sitting in Libby's. I don't give a shit. I do my 9 to 5. I don't give a shit what India is doing. I don't give a shit what hack is going on at the border. I living in Mumbai. I living in Bangalore. So I don't just care what the heck is going on. I'll go to YouTube. I'll have laugh. I'll have make a fun of them. Leave comment. Leave supercharts. Yeah. If you think like that and doing your 9 to 5, what kind of trap rat race and shit you are doing, because you are able to do that, because there is someone who's standing at the border without even caring his own life. Without caring his own life. He is not a selfish like you. And he's, of course, he's giving his 100%, his family, his friends, everybody, what kind of situation they're going through. You don't have a clue, because you have nobody from your family serving or standing at the border with a rifle to fight the enemy. You have nobody, because you are living in air condition. You're living in 9 to 5 job, doing corporate works, working in American company, and you can talk about this liberal bullshit. You are able to doing this. You know why? Because someone is standing there. Because enemy and war is not happening at the border. It will happen here, right here. Every single day you will have 26/11. If those people, the soldiers, if they are not, living their life, so every single day the attacks were happening before. Now after abrogation of 370, situation has been improving every single day. But again, having said that, why you are becoming so irresponsible after having so much education? And why after having so much education to become a liberal or to become a woke maybe in the future, or falling into the leftist trap? Why you are not having some sort of due diligence, not able to differentiate there what exactly action I'm taking? I'm indirectly sponsoring the terrorism. I'm laughing, making some fun, watching their, what kind of the hack video they're making. They're talking about cricket. And I'll come to that. There are so many cricket celebrities. We have so many sports anchor and editor. We have the guy called his name is Vikrant Gupta. He's working in Ashtak editor. This freaking guy, he goes to Pakistani YouTube channel after this Riyasi attack. Within 48 hours, he is so shameless, and so irresponsible person of this country. He is full on to running the anti-India elements. He's going Pakistani YouTube channels, kind of, doing all kinds of buttering with them. And he's laughing, enjoying, making fun, talking about cricket. And the people, those who are following him, they are indirectly, of course, they will go and they will watch the videos, right? And people did. So think about that, guys. Within 48 hours, we did not even able to figure out where the dead bodies are. Where the dead bodies are in that Riyasi attack. We are busy in that doing, and people like him, they are shameless people. I'll give you the name. There is a cricket commentator. His name is Harsha Bogle. Harsha Bogle, he is going all kinds of Pakistani channels and he is sponsoring them because they are so-called celebrity. And they know they're the influencer. They have followers, right? Millions of people are following them. So whatever the hack, rubbish thing they will say, indirectly, the channel they're going, the channel will have more views. So every single time there is a match between India and Pakistan, after that match, Pakistani people, they are so shameless. I mean, someone said in America that Pakistani people, they can sell their own mother for 15,000 USD. It's in the Senate, someone said that. And which they are known for, by the way, because when they will lose their match, or maybe they have lost in the past, they will come and they will start roasting about that, and they will use all kinds of slang language, all kinds of things, and we Indians will love it. Okay, someone is roasting, right? He is Pakistani and he is roasting Pakistani cricket team. So what you are getting in the end? You are giving him money. Okay, take away my money, my hard-earned money, through super chats and having subscriptions and all kinds of hacks. so that you can come back and attack on our soldiers. You can sponsor the money to your terrorist group. They will come back and kill, 2 years old child when they're going to the having Vaishno Devi darshan. So think about that, guys. What you are doing indirectly. You are also equal amount of responsible for the death of that child. If you have been watching lately any Pakistani YouTube channels or any so-called these guys, Indian influencers or celebrities, what kind of hacks you want to call them, if you're following them, if you don't have your simple IQ after having this much education, that where the exactly the thing is directing, which direction is taking, he is leading us and he is putting us through a funnel so that the someone is sitting in the Pakistan, he can get the views, and he can, when every time views are going up, that means their incomes are going up, that means the amount of money they're spending on these so-called terrorist groups. So if we have people like such people, those who are having so much following in the social media or in social status, don't you think they should be more responsible towards such kind of actions? When such kind of incident is happening, they will make no comments, no status, nothing, not a thing about the incidents are happening, even though these most of them are Hindus. So they are becoming liberal, so-called liberal, and they don't bother to comment on this thing. They don't bother to, pay their tribute to this thing. Rather than this, like a shameless, they have sold out everything. They themselves sold out, and they're going those YouTube channels and sitting on their lap, and so that they can give the views. So this is your responsibility. This is absolutely 100% your responsibility. Being a responsible citizen of this society and of this great nation, Bharat, you have to understand what I should be doing. If I watching those channel and if I'm following this kind of people, then what is exactly is leading into. In today's time, we have technology, everything on our hands. So you can blame, I didn't know. You know every single thing. Do your diligence. Do your diligence before following someone. Maybe it's from anywhere, maybe from Indian, maybe from Bollywood. Don't care. Don't give a shit, and thus, do the diligence about the person before following him, before becoming blind, okay, and following him, and then giving your hard-earned money, giving your views, subscription to sponsor terrorism. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. This is my humble request to everybody. Behave like a citizen of the Bharat. Behave like an Indian, because we have 60 million population, which are those who are really youthful. If we can take the right direction, we can show the right direction not only to the fellow Indians, to the entire world. And I'm meaning that when I'm saying that. Yes, world is looking at us. So it's up to us. If we have a population such a number and they're unskilled, not doing anything, full of waste, and going on the YouTube and doing all kinds of shit and sponsoring to kill your own people, stop doing that. At least use little bit of education you have, little bit of IQ you have. I know it's very less what you have, but use that, whatever you have, okay? Use that before going next time and laughing and sharing that thing with your friends, putting it into the status. All kinds of, I can give you the name, I don't have to give the name. There are so many friends I have. They have masters, bachelors, PhDs. And these freaking guys, they are working in a good position. They do this every single day. India is full of crazy people for the cricket and Bollywood, which has been destroying the country, destroying the Indian civilization for some time. No, I have a huge respect for the sport, being a sport, but cricket is not a sport only in this nation. Okay, you also know what cricket is. Cricket is not like other sports, like we have volleyball, football. No, it is not. Unfortunately, and unfortunately, they are taking advantage of it in order to derailing the youth from the mainstream. So you have to use your due diligence the same way Bollywood has been doing. Okay, use your due diligence. To whom should I follow? To whom? What kind of movie I should watch? What is in the favor of my culture, my civilization, my nation? At least have such kind of minimum integrity for yourself, so that the next generation you are bringing up through you, your child, so at least they will have this minimum thing, at least from you. Okay, education and those things doesn't matter, because if there was the prime thing, you wouldn't have been doing this thing after having PhDs. If you are such a cricket fan and you are doing such kind of maths, that it clearly shows education is not the solution. You have to at least use your mind, use your simple logic. Okay, if you are still here, I want to request you something to do. Everybody, most of us, we are using Twitter. So go to Twitter and hashtag shame on you Bikram Gupta. Okay. So in this list there are many people. Ajay Jadeja, who is one of the shameless guy. He was caught in doping and all kinds of things. He's also sitting on the lap of the Pakistani YouTubers and sponsoring them. Many, I can give you the list. So you do your diligence and see, go to the YouTube and search. Don't watch the video, just search on the search bar. Who are these Indian celebrities, those who are sitting on their lap, promoting their YouTube channels? Who are they? Target them. Go to the social media handle. Like I said, use the hashtag and then unfollow them and make a. So, like I said, we have almost 600 million youth in this country. If you can give a direction, all these kind of celebrities, where they will go? Within a matter of fortnight, they will be on the road. There will be no following. No such thing called influencing. They won't be having any followings. That means they can't influence anybody. And we have the power because we are living at the age of social media, internet, AI. We can do this. So take advantage of this. Here is nothing right now at this age. The best thing is there is nothing called supremacy. Nobody can have that. There was a thing when there was no internet, no television, right? Now, the people, they are so-called influencers and so-called celebrities. They are just a piece of shit like other person. If you can make them, if you feel like the person who is doing is absolutely he's doing something anti-India elements, is not in the favor of my civilization, country's best interest, then go just dump that guy. It doesn't matter what kind of celebrity or who the heck he is, as simple as it is. And you have the power, right? Instead of liking him, dislike him. Use the hashtag, and then unfollow them. Make a trend. It is very simple. And this is my humble request to those content creators on YouTube. Those you who have, followings, you have subscriptions, and then you have millions of subscribers. Guys, speak up. It's a humble request, speak up. Don't become deaf and blind. Speak up. It's not about the money at the end of the day. It's not about the views and subscription, all kinds of hacks. It's about the humanity. Are you a human being? If you're a human being, then talk about your own people, those who are dying. Don't, if someone is sponsoring, raise your voice because you have the following. So if you have a following, show them the right direction. If you have 20 million people are following you, so that means if you speak up something, how much traffic you can control. Most likely these people are also watching those channels, or maybe those celebrities. They will not fall into that trap. You see what I mean? So please speak up. Do your responsibility. I'm just a beginner. I do not have those followers. So you have, of course, you can do this. You can make a huge change. And I think nobody is speaking because everybody is conscious about, so-called liberalism hat they're wearing. This is a freaking hack. They're into it. So please come out of that. I also would like to request and urge to our current government, our Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, our Home Minister Sri Amit Shah ji, and our National Security Advisor Ajit Doval ji, and our IT, Electronics and Information Technology Minister Sri Ashwini Vaishnav Dev ji. Sir, please take action. Please take action towards this. These Indian YouTubers, these Indian so-called celebrities, so-called sports editor, whatever the hacks they are doing, derailing, they're diverting Indian audience, especially the youths, by, sponsoring these YouTube channels, YouTube videos of Pakistanis. And essentially they're sponsoring the terrorism in India to kill our security forces, to kill our own people. And I think you have the power. So please talk to YouTube so that they can stop monetization in India from any Pakistani channels, any Pakistani content creator, any video. Even if YouTube can ban them, if you can make them to ban all these kind of channels, so they're not showing in the recommendation, the people, those who are supporting them, those who are Indian, those who are influencing them, the name I have mentioned, please reach out to the YouTube and give them the instruction. Then if you want to run your business in my country, you have to follow the code of conduct and you have to work in the favor of my country's national interest. Please do that, sir. Electronics and IT Minister Yashwani Vaishnav, please take this step and ask YouTube to stop recommending and sponsoring any kind of monetization of any Pakistani channels for any Indian audience. Sir, please take this in immediate step. If we don't take this immediate step, that means we are just waiting for, unfolding disaster, which is on the way, by the way, because Indian youth is becoming so much liberal they're wearing that kind of liberalism, mask in their eyes. So they're not able to use their due diligence where they exactly what they're doing, how they're sponsoring. Essentially, you are also the same kind of responsible person for that Riyasi attack, Uri, Pulwama. If you have been sponsoring, if you have been doing super chats, if you have been, subscribing, or if you have been liking, viewing any Pakistani content by any Pakistani content creator or Indian YouTuber or Indian content creator, those who are so much interested in Pakistan and, praising them and sponsoring their channels. So guys, having said this, please act now. This is really, really something important, and first time I made such a video out of the content, because the thing which I show, the trend, is booming. It's like boosting like anyway, and we have to stop this. And being a citizen of this country, I think we have some sort of responsibility. The way we have our fundamental rights, the way we have 11 fundamental duties. So go and read them. What kind of fundamental duties I even been following? If you are not, then please start doing that. Being a citizen, we have to rise against such kind of atrocities. And if something is going on in the nation, in the society, regardless of who the person he is, what kind of capability he has, we should stand with the truth. Alright? Namaskaram, Jai Hind, and Vande Mataram.